From Greensboro, North Carolina, it's the 2012 ACC Football Kickoff. Another coach joining us now, Georgia Tech's Paul Johnson. Paul, thanks for coming in. We talk about you guys having probably the best rushing offense in the country. But a big question mark is finding that receiver, that guy on the outside to replace Stephen Hill.
Right. Well, that's going to be a challenge. We've been fortunate, I think, since I've been at Tech that we've had guys step up. Before Stephen, we had Demarius Thomas, who was a big play guy, and then Stephen filled that role. And we've got some young guys we're excited about now. Jeff Green and Darren Waller, a couple of freshmen. Jeff's 6'3", about 210, and Darren's 6'5", 220, and they can run. So hopefully one of those guys can be a big play guy. And Chris Jackson and Jeremy Moore are two guys who are a little older that have been in the program. Jeremy's been hurt, and Chris had to sit a year. He's a transfer from Alabama. So one of those four guys are probably going to step to the front and be the go-to guy.
Well, you've talked about, I know you've talked about over the years, you've wanted to add a little more passing into the offense. Can we see some more wrinkles this year when you've got four receivers coming back with 0 career catches?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we won't hesitate to put other stuff in because of that. You know, I think that Tevin has played enough now that he's got a pretty good concept of what we're trying to do in the running game. So hopefully we can expand the passing game some now. And we've got a couple of young quarterbacks who throw the ball fairly well. So, you know, maybe we can play to their strength a little bit.
So where do you find these receivers, by the way? I mean, you know, there's one receiver that's always one of the best in the country.
Well, we've been fortunate. We've been there 4 years, and we've got 3 receivers playing in the NFL now. And we just missed Calvin Johnson.
So you had an okay one right before that
right.
as well.
And and I'm excited about our young guys. I think we really have a couple of guys with that kind of potential. So I think a lot of times the guys understand that even though we don't throw the ball a lot, they're not going to get double covered. It's you know, great matchups for them, and when they do, they get highlighted. It's big play.
And a lot of times they got to work on catching the ball with nobody within 15 yards of them too, which can be a harder catch than in traffic sometimes.
Well, it can sometimes, and you know, if they do a good job blocking and we get the running game going, then the play action becomes a pretty good weapon.
Coach Paul Johnson, thank you. And you can follow the ACC Digital Network on Twitter @the ACCDN.